how comfortable are you with the emotion of anger? I never really gave it a thought. And I happened to be in this women's group, and that topic has been coming up kind of a lot. Different people, maybe not a lot, maybe just like I'm noticing the words rage or anger or different words like that. And it's making me realize that I don't have like the best relationship with anger in terms of feeling comfortable feeling it or expressing it. And I almost think, well, I know in our culture, women tend to be taught, especially in past generations, that we are not supposed to express our anger. And I won't even get into that right now. I just thought it would be a really interesting question to bring up to help you explore if you are allowing yourself to feel anger and express that emotion. And if you're not, if you are hearing me talk right now and you're thinking, gosh, I never thought about it. That's what happened. That's what happened to me. And then all of a sudden now I'm starting to be more in touch with it. So I invite you to ask yourself that question. And if the answer comes up that you realize that you aren't comfortable with that emotion, you can explore by asking yourself why and what that means to you if you do tap into that emotion. So for me, I kind of knew because someone asked me a question about it recently. They said, they had me like tap into my anger, and I was like, I totally had resistance to that. So that was a little clue. And it made me feel really weird that I actually couldn't access that emotion. And I definitely get frustrated sometimes, and I definitely get annoyed by things, but anger just is a whole nother level. And I notice inside myself, I will immediately try to fix it. I'm just being transparent here. It's almost like something's wrong with me if I'm not looking at the positive. Just being transparent. And it's embarrassing to say that, but I'm just noticing that. And I'm very uncomfortable with it. This person recently was like trying to help me explore that, like asking me questions, like what's coming up for you, and and I couldn't go there. Like my brain, I'm so disconnected from that emotion that I actually couldn't access it. So there's that. So that's been kind of stewing. And today I noticed I was feeling a little angry, or I would say annoyed. It started with annoyed and frustrated, different things. And instead of trying to change that within myself, I gave myself the space to explore it. And I will tell you what, I didn't like the feeling. So instead, like of switching into a different emotion or trying to figure out why I feel that way, or that's what I typically do with that, is I'll figure out why I feel that way and then fix it, right? So today I didn't do that. Today I started to do that, and I caught myself. And I thought, there's a couple things I did. I gave myself this space to feel it, which I admit, totally uncomfortable with that emotion. Did not like it. but I still let myself feel it. And I told myself I'm safe to feel all the emotions, and I'm worthy to feel all the emotions, and it's okay. But I will also admit I was afraid of my own anger. I was afraid to allow myself to, I think I was afraid of allowing myself to get further than just annoyed or frustrated. I was all by myself. So this isn't even like I'm around people and, oh no, I'm gonna like blow up on someone. Like, this is very interesting, and I wonder if I'll have the guts to post this, but because I'm wondering if anyone will relate to me on this, but I'm just telling you this in real time. But I wasn't even around anyone, and yet I was still afraid of, and if I'm being honest, I think that it's fear of feeling out of control. I wasn't sure where this emotion was going to take me, and the more I was exploring it, the more angry I was getting. But I will tell you something, if you relate to this, and give yourself, first of all, get curious, ask yourself, do I allow myself to get angry or feel angry feelings, emotions? Ask yourself that, explore it, and then give yourself the space to explore the emotion. Preferably not around other people, so you can really feel it like I was doing. And I'm going to give you a little bit of just a reassurance in case you are afraid, like what I was feeling, like, oh, is this going to get worse? Or where is this taking me? It goes away. I mean, there's a bottom to it. You're not going to get out of control and start going on a rampage. I don't think. I just, it was very interesting, and it will pass at some point. But I invite you to also explore, like, what triggers you, what, and can you allow yourself to feel it and not feel like you have to fix yourself, or have an excuse why you are feeling that way. So for me, in the past, I would have said, oh, maybe I'm hormonal, or, oh, maybe I don't know. I would try to probably find a reason, and then, you don't even have to do that if you don't want to. Just allow yourself to feel it. And as long as you're not like taking out your anger on someone else, it's a perfectly fine emotion to feel. And I'll say one last thing I did. This is actually pretty awesome. I went to some women who, like I mentioned, had spoken about anger, feeling anger, and perfectly like normal for them. And some of them actually use the word rage. I don't even know what that is. So I went and asked them. And I said, I know this sounds silly, but what's the difference between rage and anger? I'm embarrassed to even ask that. But I asked them, I reached out and I said, how can I use this emotion? How can I tap further into this? And what else can I do with this emotion? Because it's so foreign to me. I'd like to know more about it. So that's what I'm currently going through. I actually went through it, and I wanted to share that with you. I find it so intriguing. I find it intriguing that it's not even intriguing. It's kind of sad that I repressed that emotion. And I'm sure I'm not alone in that. So if you are not like me and you're super just comfortable with your anger, and I would love to know. So that intrigues me because I find that so freeing. And I admit I have a people pleaser part of my personality that definitely holds myself back from that emotion. So I am liberating myself to feel all the feelings. So I invite you to do the same if you haven't already. And if you need support, reach out. And also leave a comment and let me know if you relate to what I just said, or if you are one of those people that feel liberated and you feel all the feelings, including anger or rage, without having a trigger. So for me, like, well, even if I get a trigger, maybe I don't. That's another thing to explore. Again, I get annoyed and I get frustrated. This was a different feeling. Okay, I hope you're doing great. I send you all the love and light, and I will see you next time.